to another Progressive Labor Party giant who has announced that he is stepping aside from politics, the Honorable Lieutenant Colonel David Burch. Colonel Burch has devoted decades of tireless service to his constituents and the people of Bermuda, and also to the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party. He's exemplified what it means to serve with integrity, passion, and an unrelenting commitment to improving the lives of Bermudians. On behalf of the Progressive Labor Party, thank you, Colonel, for your outstanding service and leadership. And on a personal note, I have to say thank you for your friendship and wise counsel, because you have always stood firm to the principles of this party, and the Progressive Labor Party, and in my opinion, Bermuda, has been stronger and better for it. Thank you, Colonel. As we open a new chapter for constituency number 27, I'm happy to join you and the Progressive Labor Party as we announce our candidate for Warwick North Central, Mr. Paul Wilmot. Paul is a lifelong resident of Cedar Hill, Warwick, where he's lived for over 50 years. His lifelong commitment to service reflects his deep connection to the community. Paul attended Purvis Primary and Robert Crawford School, graduating in 1987. Today, he continues the legacy of his family's business, Wilmot Trucking, a name known across this island. Through his business, Paul has delivered for his customers and given back to the community, offering his services wherever needed, earning both the Best of Bermuda Excellence Award of Excellence and the Unsung Hero Award of Excellence. Paul has also served his community in many other ways. Since 2017, he's been a valued member of the Treatment of Offenders Board, where he now serves as deputy chair, advocating for justice and rehabilitation. His leadership extends further, as an active member of the Warwick Parish Council and the deputy chair of the Progressive Labor Party's Constituency 27 branch. Paul's life is a testament to the Cedar Hill values of community and service. He knows the people of constituency number 27, and his work has earned him the trust and respect of his neighbors. I do not doubt that Paul will be constant presence in his community, advocating for the needs of the people he calls his neighbors and working to deliver results, as all representatives of the Bermuda Progressive Labor Party are committed to doing. To remind you, since 2017, the Progressive Labor Party has reduced the tax burden on workers to the lowest level in history, invested to increase affordable housing, expanded childcare support, increased seniors' pension by the rate of inflation, and implemented a minimum wage for the first time in Bermuda's history. In the House of Assembly last Friday, the government also announced a $25 million investment package focused on social services aimed at addressing community needs, while also passing the Customs Tariff Amendment to reduce energy taxes by 60%, providing relief for families with increased energy costs. In contrast, the previous OBA government doubled this same tax, increased payroll taxes on workers to the highest levels in history, told our seniors that money doesn't grow on trees, cut childcare benefits, and removed free Bermuda College. The Progressive Labor Party's government's mission is clear. We are building a Bermuda that works for all, and where every Bermudian, just the privileged few, benefit from our economic successes. With your support, Paul will help us continue to deliver on our progressive agenda for the island, for the benefit of his constituents, and for all Bermudians. He is ready to serve, ready to listen, and ready to deliver for the people of Warwick North Central. And so, on behalf of the Progressive Labor Party, it is my pleasure to introduce our candidate for constituency number 27 for the next general election, Mr. Paul Wilmot.
I'd like to say thank you, Honorable Premier. Good morning to everybody. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to the Almighty who makes all things possible. It is an honor to stand before you today as Bermuda Progressive Labor Party candidate for this remarkable constituency, a place that has been represented with strength, commitment, and unwavering dedication for the past 7 years by Colonel David Burch. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to pay tribute to Colonel Burch, his mentorship, guidance, leadership. Having left a profound impact on all of us, he has set an example of what it means to serve our country and our people, selflessly and with great determination. Colonel Burch, your tireless work on behalf of your constituents and the entire island has left a deep roots, and for that, we thank you. Thank you, sir. I am humbled following in your footsteps, and I pledge to continue the legacy you have built with integrity, passion, and focus on our shared future. To the people of Constituency 27, I sit before you. You today, not only as your candidate, but as a farmer's son, rooted in the values of hard work, perseverance, and family. I still live in the house my father built, a house my mother made into a home. These roots run deep and they are strong. They have nourishment, just as roots nourish the tree, the plant, and the fruit. But roots are often unseen. People don't think about them until something goes wrong, and yet they are the foundation, the lifeblood of the forest. In the same way, I want to be the foundation for our community. I want to be the way we connect neighborhoods, people, businesses, and organizations, and charities. Just as strong roots bond the soil together, I want to bond this community together, ensuring that every resident of C27 feels supported, heard, and empowered. When I think about justice, I often see parallels to roots as well. Some roots are thick, strong, and others are fragile, needing support, nurturing. And I see this especially with our young people. Some have deep family values and rich traditions passed on through generations. Others, many of whom I encounter while serving on the Treatment of Offenders Board, have roots that require nourishment, discipline, and structure. I often see young people at pivotal moments in their lives, standing between regret and redemption. And it is my responsibility to listen, assess, and determine whether they are ready to make the positive change that they claim to want. It is a delicate balance between what society demands and the potential of growth I see in these individuals. If elected, I will use my experience on the Treatment of Offenders Board to influence criminal justice policies. I believe in accountability, empathy, and rehabilitation over simple punishment. Bermuda is too small for high levels of both antisocial behavior and incarceration. We must and will do better. If someone has taken responsibility for their actions, if they're developed empathy, and if they genuinely want to achieve, they should be seen as an asset to Bermuda. Everyone deserves a second chance when they're earned it. The new increased investment of rehabilitation and mental health services recently announced by our PLP government speaks to the need in our community and to the values I believe in. With your support at the next election, I will continue to push for resources, programs, and services that will heal our youth and unify our community. I am the son of John and Brenda Wilmot, and they are two truths in farming that apply to life. The first is that you only get out what you put in. If you don't prepare the soil, water it, nourish it, protect it, there will be no harvest. Life is the same. You must work hard, stay prepared, and take care of your health and well-being to lead a successful life. The second truth is that no matter how much you prepare and nourish, the Creator, the Most High, is ultimately in charge. Life isn't a straight line. We zigzag, climb hills, and facing the unexpected. But no matter the path, I am committed to serving my community with humility and grace, using the values I hold dear to improve the quality of life for all who live in Constituency 27. With your support, I will become a member of the PLP team that remembers our youth by offering scholarships and training opportunities, that remember our seniors by ensuring that they receive pension increases every year, and that they remember families by giving more of our people access to affordable childcare. With your trust and support, together we will grow and strengthen this community, grounded in the strong roots that make us who we are. Before I finish, I would just like to say thank you to the Colonel, thank you to the Premier, and also thank you to my chair, Anthony Santucci. And last but least, I would like to thank my mother and father, John and Brenda. Go on.
Good morning. I'd first like to thank the people of constituency 27 for their support over the 7 years that I've represented them. I'd also like to thank my chairman, Mr. Anthony Santucci, the executive, and members of the branch. I consider it a distinct honor to have had the opportunity to be a representative. 18 months ago, when I decided to retire, I knew I had two things to do as part of that process. One, help ensure the new representative would be someone who was going to be a good constituency MP and look after the interests of the people of C27. And two, I had to do all I could to get them elected. So I told the chair I was retiring and asked if he had anyone in mind. He said he was going to ask Paul, and I immediately thought he would be a perfect candidate. He is from Cedar Hill and would not have to be introduced to the people of C27, as this would be a natural progression of his life's work, helping people. Let me say that we served together in the Bermuda Regiment many years ago. So while we have different personalities and styles, the people of C27 will know what he says he means and what he means he says. He has been attending my clinic since 2012 and has always been willing to help this constituency, his constituency, in every way. Since then, he has canvassed, helped with cleanups, cut trees, trucked away debris, and generally been a resource to assist in any way he could. Paul agreed to run, and the reception on the doorstep has been very encouraging. This is how retirements should work. The outgoing helps the incoming. The people are best served when a son of the or daughter of the soil is chosen. I have every confidence that Paul will be an outstanding constituency representative for the PLP, and I look forward to working with him to make that happen. Thank you.
Members of the media, happy to take any questions that you may have at this time.
So, good afternoon, Gary Foster-Skelton from Bermuda Broadcasting. So, Mr. Wilmot, this has been a long time Green seat for a 10-vote difference in 2012. But with stalwart of the PLP, does this make it easier or harder for a new candidate to step in?
For me, I say harder. It's a tough act to follow.
And I wanted to ask, obviously being the deputy chair of the branch, what are the needs in this community at this time?
On the doorstep, I hear about the crime, education, and it's work in progress. It's going to take a community effort as far as all is concerned.
Okay. And Colonel Burch, Lieutenant Colonel Burch, if we may ask, we hope you will sit down with us to reflect on your years in politics at one point, but just for now, this shows your tenure is coming to an end, possibly very soon, depending on when a general election is called. How do you feel as it's becoming real?
I feel the same way I felt on the day I decided that I was going. My time is up. I think that 26 years is long enough. I believe that if people who have done this job or any job for that length of time do not voluntarily step out of the way, young people like Paul will not have an opportunity, and they'll get discouraged, and we'll be left with a situation where everybody who's running the country is in a wheelchair, and there is no succession plan that's in place, and you will have chaos. And so I have no regrets about my decision. I think if you ask me what is the thing I'm most proud of, it is helping young people. And I've been in this game long enough now to have a lot of those young people graduate from school and come back and get involved in this community. And they got the memo, which is you must help someone else when you're in a position to do so. And many of them are doing that. And so I get a tremendous amount of personal satisfaction from the fact that in spite of all of the criticism and all of the suggestions that we were doing things wrong or going in the wrong direction, the fruit, as Paul referred to, the ground was fertile and cold, and so those benefits are now coming home to roost for the benefit of the country.
And one question from Mr. Premier. And Mr. Premier, this now, in a month and a half, we've had 4 candidate announcements. As said in previous press conference, only 3 of them needed to be done at this point, and we only have one other constituency, I understand, to be filled with, which is C9. Should we expect that candidate announcement within the next few weeks?
If there's any announcements that come from the Progressive Labour Party, the media will be informed in the regular fashion, Mrs. Skelton.
I understand. Thank you.
Sorry.
My apologies.
Morning, Mr. Wilmot.
Hi, sir.
Nice to meet you. Early days, obviously, but if it's possible to hear more about your thoughts on criminal justice policy and where we might take it in different directions, that'd be great. If it's too early to ask, I understand.
In all fairness, sir, my main goal right now is just to concentrate on getting elected. And if I'm successful come election, I'll be glad to have that conversation with you.
Thanks very much, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. So members, colleagues, members of the media, thank you. Paul, congratulations. You are a son of the soil, and we look forward to you working and to retain this seat for the Bermuda Progressive Labour Party. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.